Listen up, you pathetic excuse for a fighter. You think you're strong. You think this muscle, this sweat, this pain is enough. You're a fool. A complete and utter fool. This isn't strength, this is just existing. A flicker of potential in a sea of mediocrity. Look at yourself. Really look. Do you see the softness around the edges? The hesitation in your eyes? The way you flinch when the pressure mounts? That's weakness. And I will not tolerate it. Not in myself. Not in anyone who dares to stand in my shadow. Weakness is a disease. It's a cancer that eats away at your resolve, at your very essence. It whispers lies in your ear, telling you to rest, to quit, to settle for good enough. It's the voice of the herd, the bleating of sheep destined for the slaughter. And you, wimp, have been listening to it for far too long. I remember a time, not that it matters to you, but I remember a time when I too was susceptible, when the siren song of comfort threatened to lull me into a false sense of security. But I learned that comfort is the enemy of progress, that ease is the precursor to defeat. You think you're pushing yourself? You think these few extra reps, this slightly longer run, this meager sacrifice is enough? It's a joke. It's a child's game. You're playing in the shallow end, while the abyss awaits. The abyss. That's where true strength is forged. In the crucible of absolute self-denial. Where every fiber of your being screams for release. And you, with a will of iron, crush that scream into dust. Reject weakness. It's not a suggestion. It's a command. It's the only path to true power. And I, Yujiro Hanma, will show you what that looks like. You want to be strong? You want to stand at the pinnacle? Then you must first become a destroyer. A destroyer of your own limitations. A destroyer of your own comfort. A destroyer of the very concept of enough. Think about it. The greatest warriors throughout history weren't born strong. They were made. They were sculpted by hardship, by relentless, unforgiving training. They didn't wait for inspiration. They didn't wait for motivation. They created it through sheer, unadulterated will. Look at the cheetah. It doesn't try to run fast. It is fast. Its entire existence is optimized for speed. Every muscle, every sinew, every breath is a testament to its evolutionary imperative. And you're still fumbling with the starting blocks. You're letting yourself get soft. You're allowing comfort to creep in like a parasite. That extra hour of sleep, that extra slice of cake, that moment of hesitation before a difficult task. Each one is a tiny chip at the foundation of your potential. I don't do rest days. I don't do cheat meals. I don't do tomorrow. Tomorrow is for the weak. Tomorrow is for those who haven't yet understood the brutal, beautiful simplicity of the present moment. The present moment is where you either forge your destiny or surrender to it. And surrender is a fate I would rather die than accept. You complain about the pain. Good. Pain is a signal. It's a message from your body, telling you that you are pushing your limits. But you must not heed its pleas for mercy. You must embrace it. You must become one with it. When your muscles scream, you push harder. When your lungs burn, you breathe deeper. When your mind begs for an end, you find a new beginning. This is not masochism. This is the language of evolution. This is the sound of you becoming something more. Think of the Roman gladiators. They trained in conditions that would break a modern athlete. They fought for their lives, not for glory or accolades, but for survival. Their bodies were instruments of war, honed to perfection through constant, brutal effort. They didn't have the luxury of self-care. They had the necessity of dominance. You have the luxury, and you are squandering it. You're coddling yourself, treating your body like a delicate flower when it is meant to be a weapon. The greatest weapon is not forged in fire. It is forged in the fires of your own will. I don't need external validation. I don't need applause. My only judge is myself, and my standards are absolute. If I am not constantly striving to surpass my previous self, then I am already on the path to decay. This isn't about being motivated. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. It's a fickle mistress that will abandon you when the going gets tough. This is about discipline. This is about a fundamental shift in your being. Discipline is the bedrock upon which all true strength is built. It's the unwavering commitment to the path, regardless of how arduous it may be. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. Especially when you don't want to. You think you're disciplined because you go to the gym 3 times a week. That's a hobby. That's a pastime. That's not the relentless pursuit of perfection that separates the gods from the mortals. Look at the great predators. The lion, the tiger. They don't decide to hunt. They are driven by an innate hunger. They are masters of their craft. Their lives a constant cycle of preparation, execution, and dominance. They don't rest on their laurels. They are always honing their skills, always pushing the boundaries of their capabilities. You are not a lion, not yet. You are a house cat, purring in its comfortable bed, dreaming of mice it will never catch. I reject the notion of talent. Talent is a crutch for the lazy. True strength is earned. It is carved out of sweat, blood, and an unyielding refusal to be anything less than the absolute best. Every single cell in your body should be screaming for more. Every breath you take should be a testament to your commitment. Every thought should be focused on the next challenge, the next ascent. The world is a brutal place. It rewards strength and crushes weakness. If you are weak, you will be consumed. It's as simple as that. There are no participation trophies in the arena of life. You think you're strong because you can lift a certain weight. That's just a number. That's a benchmark. The true measure of strength is your ability to endure, to adapt, to overcome when all seems lost. It's the ability to look into the abyss and not flinch. It's the ability to face your greatest fears and stare them down. It's the ability to destroy the weakest parts of yourself without hesitation. You want to know my secret? There is no secret. There is only the relentless, unadulterated rejection of weakness. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can choose to embrace the comfort of your bed, the familiarity of your routine, the mediocrity that society has deemed acceptable. Or you can choose to rise above the noise, to rise above your own limitations. I choose to rise. Every single time. And I will continue to rise until I am the only one left standing. You think you are pushing yourself? Let me tell you what pushing yourself truly means. It means waking up before the sun, when the world is still asleep, and engaging in training so intense that it makes you question your sanity. It means pushing your body beyond its perceived limits. Not for a few minutes, but for hours. It means enduring pain that would make a lesser man weep, and emerging from it stronger, more resolute. It means looking at your reflection and seeing not a finished product, but a work in progress, a constant evolution. It means recognizing the flaws, the imperfections, the lingering tendrils of weakness, and systematically eradicating them. You are your own greatest opponent. The battle is not against others. It is against the soft, complacent version of yourself that resides within. That version that craves ease, that shies away from discomfort, that whispers excuses when the going gets tough. You must become a ruthless executioner of that self. No mercy, no hesitation. Every moment of weakness must be met with an overwhelming force of will. Think of the greatest athletes, the ones who have achieved legendary status. You think they did it by taking it easy, by listening to their bodies when they said stop? No. They did it by pushing past those limits, by forging their bodies and minds into instruments of unparalleled performance. That's the kind of ruthlessness I'm talking about. Not just in physical training, but in every aspect of your life. Are you truly dedicated to your craft? Or do you dabble, waiting for inspiration to strike? Are you willing to make the sacrifices necessary to achieve greatness? Or do you cling to your comfort, your fleeting pleasures, your excuses? The world is filled with people who have potential. But potential is worthless without execution. It's like a seed that never sprouts. You need to become a seed that explodes. A seed that breaks through the soil with an unstoppable force. And that requires breaking through your own internal barriers. You say you want to be strong, but what does that mean to you? Is it about impressing others? Is it about fleeting recognition? Or is it about an intrinsic, unshakable power that radiates from your very core? If it's the former, then you are already lost. You are seeking validation from the weak, and that will only ever lead to your own mediocrity. True strength is not about what others think. It is about what you know to be true within yourself. It is about the absolute certainty that you have done everything in your power to become the best version of yourself. And that requires a level of self-discipline that most people cannot even comprehend. You must learn to embrace the discomfort. You must learn to thrive in the struggle. You must learn to see every obstacle not as a reason to stop, but as an opportunity to grow stronger. The human body is an incredible machine. It is capable of far more than most people realize. But it is also designed for efficiency, for conservation of energy. It will always seek the path of least resistance. You have to fight that instinct. You have to override it. You have to force it to do things it doesn't want to do. That's where the ruthlessness comes in. Think about the process of evolution. It's a constant cycle of adaptation and survival. The weak are weeded out. The strong persevere. You are not exempt from this natural law. You are either evolving or you are decaying. There is no middle ground. And the primary driver of evolution, both for the species and for the individual, is pressure. The pressure to adapt, the pressure to become more. So, create that pressure. Don't wait for it to be imposed upon you. Push yourself. Harder than you think you can. Then push harder still. When you feel like you've reached your limit, know that you are only just beginning. That's the point where the real work starts. That's where you separate yourself from the masses. The masses are content. They are comfortable. They are weak. And I will never be content. I will never be comfortable. I will never be weak. I am a force of nature. I am the embodiment of strength. And I demand the same from myself, every single moment of every single day. You want to know how to reject weakness? It's simple. Stop making excuses. Stop tolerating mediocrity. Stop listening to the voice that tells you it's okay. It is never okay. Not if you aspire to anything more than being average. You have a choice. You can continue to live a life of quiet desperation, filled with what-ifs and if-onlys. Or you can choose to embrace the struggle, to forge yourself into something extraordinary. The path of weakness is easy. It is paved with comfort and lined with excuses. The path of strength is hard. It is a brutal ascent, demanding every ounce of your resolve. But the rewards are immeasurable. True strength is not just physical. It is mental. It is emotional. It is spiritual. It is the ability to face any challenge, any adversity, and emerge not just unscathed, but stronger. So, what will it be? Will you continue to be a prisoner of your own comfort? Or will you break free and become the warrior you were meant to be? The choice, as always, is yours. But know this, I have already made mine, and I will never look back. Reject weakness. It's not just a motto, it's a way of life. It's the only way to truly live. Now go, and prove me wrong. Prove yourself wrong. Prove that you are not just another cog in the machine. Prove that you have the fire within you to become something truly remarkable. The world is waiting, but it won't wait forever. And neither will I. Do not disappoint me. Do not disappoint yourself. Become the beast. Unleash the power, and never, ever settle for less than absolute dominance. The fight for true strength begins now, and it begins within you. Go and dominate.